to Viewpoint. I'm Volodymyr Solohup. Joining me now to discuss the terror attacks in Paris is the founder and president of the French-Ukrainian NGO Smile for Ukraine, Mr. Nicolas Tacussel. Mr. Tacussel, welcome to Viewpoint.
Thanks.
Mr. Tacussel, yesterday you were still in Paris. You left Paris around 10 p.m., around the same time when the terror attacks took place across the city, across several locations. What was your reaction when you first learned about what's happened in Paris?
I was in Borispol. It's when it was 2 o'clock of morning, and I was watching my Facebook, and I received a lot of messages from my friend, and I don't understand why. And after I started to read, it was attack in Paris, and I was so shocked, absolutely so shocked, because I live Paris, and we have this attack in the same times, and in start I can't believe, so it's real because it's unimaginable.
A lot of people are now expressing their condolences here in Ukraine. A lot of Ukrainians are bringing flour to the French embassy. What do you feel about Ukrainians being so solidary with the French people? How do you feel about that?
My first reflex it was to be in the French embassy. I was around 3 of morning, and I watching a lot of taxi to come and Ukrainian people to give flower and to give candle. I was very shocked about all these people to give love from France, because in Ukraine it will be like 2 years to have terrorist attack, and in Ukrainian embassy in Paris we don't see a lot of flower like this, and all my Ukrainian friends who live in France were very shocked about all the support we receive in Ukraine. I speak about Ukraine because now I'm in Ukraine, but we don't have word for explain how it's possible to have this attack and how so quickly Ukrainian people go in French embassy during the night for give flower. We are very shocked about this, because not one time in France French people go in Ukrainian embassy for give flower, and it's the same. We have attack in Ukraine, we have attack in France, but 2 different visions of condolence.
Mr. Tacussel, in the past year, there's been quite a few terrorist attacks in France and in Paris, and you spent quite a lot of your time in Paris and in France. How do the French people cope with that shock, or with that understanding that they're under constant threat of yet another attack happening on their soil?
In January, we have a problem with Charlie Hebdo. A lot of people go in street, and we have very solidarity. But after this, it's like we forget. And but in France, we have a lot of, not attack, but we have some advertising like this too. And I think it's not only a problem in France. In reality, it's about politics in the world. It's problem with Daesh. It's problem with we have a lot of problems in France. And
but still, France, among all the among all the countries, civil countries in the world, France had the most terrorist attacks in the past year. Why do you think this is happening?
I think it's because in Syria, Daesh and Al-Assad, they are not friends, but they work together. And from time to Russia start to attack in Syria, we start to see a lot of people in France start to go in Syria for. It's like, you know, after this attack, French people start to go in Syria. We have very big problem with this. We have a lot of. In France we have different problems. We have problem with immigration, with integration, and it's normal to, after people they don't like France and they decide to go in Syria, and we don't have solution about this. It's now I watching to the we close border. But I think it was, we don't make this from long time before. Because we know we have 4,000 people suspect to be friend of Daesh. And it's not possible to make nothing for this.
Do you think any more attacks are possible in the near future?
I think it's just starting. Because in reality, we don't have control about all this. And I think it's just starting in France. It just starts. It's just like, okay, first step, it was Charlie Hebdo. Now it's second step. What it will be next? You know, it will be Christmas in December, and we have a lot of tourists to come in France. We are very scary to people don't want to come in France, because, of course, France is not only Paris and it's not only attack, but now all people think about this attack and have a lot of friend people, and me too, when I go in Paris, when I do take metro, Sometimes I think about this. Oh, maybe in this metro we have attack. We don't know, and we are not in peaceful. It's very difficult, and a lot of people in France start to be very shocked about this and very tired. You know, about our government. Of course, it's not only mistake of our government, but we don't have solution really.
You're saying that a lot of people are in shock and that a lot of people are blaming the government. In your opinion, how do the average French citizen feel himself or herself right now after having yet another horrific attack in the heart of France?
A lot of people want pray for France, pray for Paris, and they want peaceful. But I think in France we are very peaceful people, and now it's time to fight. The base, it's time to fight the real problem we have in France and in Syria. You know, I told you.
What do you mean by fight? Because I noticed on your Facebook page you posted a picture. Yes. It was written "Pray for Paris," and yes. Then the "pray" was crossed, and so yes. It was written "fight." So fight yes. for Paris. In what way are you planning to fight for Paris?
We have, you know, in France we have it's country of freedom. It's a country for liberty of citizen, etc., etc. But I think we do make very strong law about all these people they go in Syria and they come back in France. Why? Why we know these people, and now in media, in French media, they speak to, yes, we know these people because police knows them, blah, 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 blah. Why you make nothing before? Because we are in freedom and citizen and European country. It's why we can't make position about this, because if... So,
Mr. Tacussel, how do you plan to fight? In what way you're planning to fight for Paris?
I think we have enemies inside France. We have enemy in our city in France. It's not for... No, it's more 10 years to have this in France, you know, but step by step it starts to be a very, very big problem. And
do you think the government is not doing enough to fight this problem?
I think they are so cool. For example, you know, we have, after Charlie Hebdo, we have a lot of people to support this attack. And I think we don't punish them very strong. I think in France, we do very help people to be in integration, but you do respect our country. And of course, we have place for all people in France, but you do really integration in France, and don't take away like freedom of the one, because we know in France, in mosque, not all mosque, but we have suspect mosque, or we know they make like they support Daesh, and I think it's very important to close this mosque. Of course, it's not all mosque, it's not all Muslim, and I think in France now it's bad war, because we start to speak bad about Muslim, but it's not Muslim. These guys make war about Allah, but it's not Muslim people. Because when you're Muslim or Yevrish or Catholic, you are love inside you. And these people, they don't have love inside.
Yeah, Mr. Tacussel, when you were talking to your friends who are in France, who are perhaps in Paris, and now that this attack has happened, obviously everybody's shocked.
Yes.
But after the shock passes, what kind of feelings they have right now? Are they outraged? Are they angry? Are they in mourning?
Angry. Angry because we can't accept to have this in France. We can't accept, really. Now, all people, they have unity. All people, they make, I see in Facebook, they speak about Charlie, they speak about all this. But after Charlie, nothing changed, really. You know, 3 months before, we have big problem in train in France. And after, what changed? We can't change all in 1 year, but citizens wait about this, about our government, to like radical law for this. Because in France, we did not accept to have attack like this. And I think a lot of people know they are sad, but they are angry. And it's normal to be angry, because it's Paris. It's capital of European country. It's capital of love, of romanticism, etc. And we have attack, we have blood in Paris. It's not normal.
Are you concerned that this anger can result in something, next step, in something more?
I think yes. I think yes, and I'm scared about this.
What could that be?
Maybe another attack in metro, maybe another attack in shop. Today in Paris, all is closed. Absolutely all is closed.
No, but I'm talking about the anger where you said that the French citizens are angry.
I think we have to right party to start to attack. Now this right party like National Front, they start to attack our government, but it's only politics. But I think two people will start to fight with Muslim or make fire in mosque or something like this. It's not good. It's not good.
Mr. Tacussel, many thanks for sharing your insight on this, and many thanks for coming and talking to us. This is indeed a very, very tragic event which happened in Paris. Mr. Nicolas Tacussel, the founder and president of French-Ukrainian NGO Smile for Ukraine, thank you very much. This has been Viewpoint, discussing the most recent terror attack in Paris. I'm Vladimir Solhub. Thank you for watching Viewpoint. Right.